As we return to the themes of being truly alive and living on fire, let's talk about where cultivation actually begins. It starts with understanding yourself as source, as the source of your direct experience. From there, it's about deepening your relationship to that source and increasing the communication between you as you are right now and you as source to the best of your ability. Starting out, we don't know ourselves as source. We can only think about it and think we know source until we actually know it. Until then, the application of tools, contemplations, and activities help us to arrive at that knowing. The knowing itself is not practiced and more arrived at when simply abiding. The beginning of the path is first a path of return to your core and having a realization of your individuality on a divine level as the source of who, what, when, how, and why you are here. From there, you can have more profound understandings of your relationship to others and your environment. This process of returning to yourself as the creative source is not as grandiose and as far away from you as it sometimes is implied or perceived as in other contexts. I've mentioned previously, much of mysticism has to do with pointing out the most simple and obvious of things. It is so simple and obvious that it can be missed. Direct experience of Source is nearer than near to you. You are already having a direct experience of Source. It is just a partial experience. This is what's happening for you immediately in this moment right now. Your direct experience and the only thing which you can say you know is true about your individual reality are the sensations felt. What you are seeing in this moment, watching the video, the sound of my voice, and any sounds around you, and the sensations that are felt in your body, like the temperature of the air on your skin, or if you're on a mobile device, the sensation of your fingers and palm holding it up. There's a lot that can be said here. Basically, what's coming in, what you see, hear, smell, taste, and feel are your direct experience and what is actually known to you. On the return to self as source, a process of deepening levels of realization is only marked and can only be marked by direct experience. To have deeper realizations of yourself as source, you can start with what is immediately accessible to you and is the first direct experience of source. Essentially, that is your body and the sensations I mentioned that arise from it. Each of the many sensations that arise in connection to the body are each like gates we can enter to deepen realization. While all are involved, an essential gateway is the breath and sensation of the inhale, the exhale, and the pause in between. Later in the course discussions, there is more understanding offered around why the breath is prioritized over the other gateways, while all have their importance as starting points for direct experience. Now, I invite you to take a moment to try breathing and contemplating with me. Before we start, I encourage you to do this with curiosity and to feel deeply into the sensations that come up for you. That could be how the air comes in through your nose or mouth and how it leaves your body and anything else that comes up for you. Now, with your eyes remaining open, start with a very slow, relaxed, and deep breath in. Pause for a moment and then breathe out as slowly as you possibly can, letting your lungs empty until it is right at the threshold. Pause there until you reach your threshold that signals for you to inhale again. Then, gently without force, simply repeat this process while simultaneously contemplating and asking, what does this feel like? Can I place my attention on where those sensations are and open up to it with curiosity? Another question you can ask is, where does my breath come from? Or who is breathing? Or how much am I in control of my own breathing? At this point, you can abide and simply notice what is arising and notice what you are noticing. You can do this for as long as you wish and can return to it. It's a great start for beginning direct communication with you as source and the livingness that you can experience, or what you can call the living breath. It is this livingness that you can open up to and explore more over time. If this feels unachievable in any way, I want to offer reassurance that is far simpler than it seems. If you're facing the idea of you as source being foreign or an achievement too far away or as separate from you, is completely natural. Unfortunately, the stage of individual self-realization has been inflated in the spiritual traditions as something reserved for the masters or Christ-like beings and made far too complicated and over-intellectualized. The short breathing exercise is intentionally made simple as only a light introduction to the meeting grounds where you explore that aspect of who you are more gradually over time. Again, your breath is one essential gateway to source, that as you feel into those sensations of your breath, you can consciously open up to deeper sensations that help point to you where your breath comes from beyond the physical and into subtler dimensions. You can see the continuation of your breath as a thread or strand that you can follow experientially, leading you through a sequence of realizations, guiding you back to source. This is the essential and heart of what a physical prayer strand or thread is. Only this is the primordial or original prayer strand built within you. If you don't have material prayer beads, a rosary, tasbih, or mala, there's always this primordial and original thread inherent in your design that you can access. Prayer threads and beads used in religious context reflect this in a way. It acts in acts of prayer, the reciting of names and affirmations. These activities mirror this thread inside of you. You can find a lot of rites and dogmatic activities, but they mirror the internal functions already inherent within us. The mirroring of activities that point to the inherent functions we already possess within our being keep their practical value when the reflection more closely depicts the activities occurring within. So, I invite you to return to this practice. Follow your breath, feel into the sensations, open to the curiosity of where it comes from. Because this gateway, this primordial prayer strand within you, is always accessible, always available, always guiding you back home to yourself as source.